Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, where have you been? My name is Carla and I make videos about showing up for yourself. By showing up for myself, I managed to work on my mental health issues that led me to being morbidly obese, and ultimately I then showed up for myself enough to lose 180 pounds in 14 months, and I've been keeping it off ever since, except when I had a little man and then I lost it afterwards. But that's what happens when one is growing a baby. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you the tips that I have to keep you motivated during a weight loss journey. Now, my weight loss journey, the original one took 14 months, and my second one postpartum, then to lose the 40 pounds, took 17 weeks. I will link a full video up here if you guys are interested in checking out how I lost my weight. I also have a postpartum series if you would like to check that out as well. But I have a little bit of experience in losing weight, and I know that a lot of people really worry about motivation, and that's why I'm creating this series on motivation. It's going to be a 3-parter, if not 4-parter, and the first bit I'll leave up here. I also leave all that information in the description box down below, so if you guys want to click the little arrow underneath me, there's a wealth of info under there. And in that video, if you haven't seen that already, please go and watch that, because it's going to make this video more impactful to you. But in that video, I share with you the key to motivation, and as I discussed, we start with action. We don't wait for motivation to come. It's better if you start taking action. You do that action on a consistent basis, and then that leads to results, which in turn motivates you. So it's kind of like a nice cycle. So action, consistency, motivation, or results, motivation, action, consistency, results, motivation, and it keeps going till you get to wherever you want to go, whether it be weight loss, whether it be in work, whether it be any part of your life. And in today's video, I'm going to be chatting to you really about things that helped me in order to stay consistent and therefore motivated and along my weight loss journey. And I have 7 tips for you today, and part 2 will most likely be, or part 3 will most likely be another 7 tips. So let's get into it. The first tip is to set attainable goals. Now, seems like that's always like the first obvious thing that people are like, really, setting goals? But I did the Body Slims program, and the thing that they ask you to do is to dare to dream. And the very first thing that my very first goal for weight loss was to lose 10 stone or 140 pounds. And that was a good goal. I would have been happy, I think, if I got there, but I really wanted to get to the place that I always wanted to get to, which is to where I am now. And if you're setting goals, we need to have something to work towards. So we're not only just focusing on like a physical number on the scales or a dress size. We need to focus on setting a goal of how we're going to feel. So what is it that we want to feel? What is it, if you're setting a goal, so you're setting an attainable goal of feeling better in yourself, more confident, sexier, feeling happier, feeling more outgoing, kinder. All of these things are the feelings that I had when I lost weight and during my journey. And of course, my journey is both a mental health and a physical weight loss journey. So some of these things came from losing weight and some of them came from working on my mental health, and it was all this nice combination. However, setting the attainable goal, so looking obviously to get to some kind of whatever weight it is that you want to get to, maybe a dress size as well, and then also a feeling. But having that kind of like range of goals makes it attainable, makes it something that you want to work towards. So having a goal brings us, gives us a focus, something that we want to do, something that we are looking to do. So that is step number 1. Step number 2, or tip number 2, in order to stay consistent and to stay motivated, is to break that goal down into smaller, more manageable pieces. So I've made a video about very specifically how I did this for my overall weight loss. I'll link that up here. If I can't, I'll link it down below. But that is setting, because if you told me at the start of my weight loss that I had to lose 183 pounds, my first goal was 140 pounds, even that seemed like ridiculous, seemed completely unattainable, absolutely immeasurable task to do. But by breaking it down into smaller goals, what it allowed me to do was to just focus on the next step, not focusing on that whole big journey that I was having to do, just focusing on the next step. So I broke it down into both numerical and different ways of weighing yourself. So I live in Ireland and we typically use stone and pounds. However, we are more in the metric system now. I'm starting to get used to kg, and that is how kilograms, and that is kind of another way that I was very familiar with. So I broke down my goal into measurable stones, pounds, kg. So the first thing that I wanted to do was, like, if you take it as the start, I wanted to lose 10 stone. So I was working towards stone 1. When I achieved that, I was then working towards losing stone 2. When I achieved that, I was working towards losing stone 3. So that was breaking it down into smaller sections. You can also do it in pounds. So starting off with, I want to lose 5 pounds. 5 pounds done, check. Then looking at losing stone or 10 pounds, then 20 pounds, 30 pounds, 40 pounds, 50 pounds, the same for kg, 5 kg, 10 kg, 12 kg, or 20 kg, whatever it might be. Breaking that down to smaller, manageable chunks made sure that I was only ever looking at the next goal. I wasn't looking at that huge goal, or what I thought was a huge goal. And it basically made it go from, I think if I go this way, looking like a mountain, and then instead it was looking like really small, little measurable things that I could do, breaking it down and making it not seem like this huge thing that I have to do. What do they say? Like, the best way to eat an elephant is one bite at a time, and that's what I was doing. So one step at a time, one goal at a time. The third thing that really helped me in order to stay motivated and to stay consistent was to create a plan and create a routine. And I know they're kind of two separate things. So my plan was that I was going to do therapy. I was going to, that was going to help me address why I was overweight and what was the reasoning behind it. I was also going to do a program, and that was the Body Slims program. I needed to decide how I was going to lose weight. So Body Slims does calorie counting and walking 1 hour a day. So I knew that I was going to do that. So that was my plan. And then I needed to create a routine. So one of the things that we think about all the time with motivation is that it is a consistent state, but unfortunately motivation is going to wane, and therefore we need to stay consistent with the plan. And one of the things that really helped me to do that was by creating a routine, because that motivation was going to wane. So I needed that routine that I could just do consistently that would bring me home to where I needed to be. So for example, my routine every morning, walking was the cardiovascular exercise, the only exercise that I did for weight loss. And I knew that I needed to get up and do that in the morning before either my son woke up, or I needed to get up and do it before I went to work. So I would, the night before, get my clothes ready. They're in the bathroom, all ready to go. So when I do my business in the morning, I literally put my clothes on, I go downstairs, I take my Simprove, I pet the cats, I go out the door, headphones all in, set my timers in, back into the house, feed the cats, go upstairs, have a shower, and normally that's the time when everybody starts to wake up in the house. Then I would have some water, have some coffee, and that's a routine that I don't have to think about. It takes the guesswork out of it. It takes that, like, I don't have to think about this. I know that I'm getting up in the morning when my alarm goes off, or most of the times I wake up naturally. I'm getting up, I'm walking out the door. I don't even think about it. It just stops you having to think about that. And by doing that on a consistent basis, it actually motivated me because I was seeing the results. So that's the action that I was taking in order to help me to stay consistent, and doing that action consistently, giving me the results, our little circle, and then ending up with results and being motivated then by those results. So by creating routines and adding those routines onto something, like, I knew that I had to wake up. So therefore I, like, hopefully that's, everybody has to wake up. So my trigger then to do that routine is waking up. Or, that a routine would be that I would do a food plan once a week, and that I would do the shop once a week, and then I would only have the foods in the house that I know that are on that plan. So that's a routine that really helped me. So when my motivation was low, I was able to stay consistent with my food. Tip number 4 in order to stay motivated is the possibility of needing some kind of intervention. So I mentioned in my plan in the last point that as part of your plan of what are you going to do, what is your plan for your weight loss, is this part kind of comes into that. So for my plan, it was therapy. So that was a strategic intervention for me. Body Slims was also a strategic intervention for me. So it is something that not that you're accountable to, but it's something that you are doing that will help you to keep motivated, whether it is some other kind of weight loss program, whether it is joining some kind of group, whether it's joining a walking group or a running or a couch to 5k, whether it's joining a gym or any of those kind of things. Is that some kind of intervention, like some kind of program and or plan that's from somebody else, that's external, that might help you. So for me, I did need an intervention. I needed therapy, and I chose to do Body Slims. And Body Slims was what I call my blueprint. So it helped to keep me motivated and consistent because it was telling me what to do repeatedly. So that's, you know, and then I built all these other routines and all these plans and habits around that program, while working on my mental health. And that's what helped me to stay consistent and helped me to stay motivated and got me to results. Tip number 5, in order to stay motivated and to stay consistent in terms of when we get those results. So as I was saying earlier, we're breaking down our goals into smaller, more manageable chunks. It's really important that you start to reward yourself for those points. So when you actually achieve something, reward yourself. Like, we reward our children, we reward, you know, other people. We very rarely reward ourselves for really good work. And so it's really important to start to do that and to start to reinforce or positively reinforce the actions that you're taking and the results that you're getting. And it helps to build up your self-confidence, build a belief in yourself that might have gone. For example, one of the things that I did is every time I had reached a goal, I would buy something for myself, or I would get myself something nice, or I would take a day off work, or I would plan something that I was going to treat myself to when I reached large goals. I think for 7 stone I bought myself this really beautiful skincare set. So it's always like rewarding yourself for the good behavior. It doesn't have to be financial, it can be whatever kind of reward you have. If you have a gift voucher or something like that, and I go into detail about that in that reward breakdown, that goal breakdown video that I made. But I think that that's really important, is that rewarding yourself for those results. And it just really helps to keep you motivated in something else that's not just the scales. It's keeping you motivated in a different way. Number 6 is to keep perspective. Now, I am one of the people who had to do this and actively do this the entire way through my weight loss journey. Life is going to happen while you are on this journey. There are going to be occasions, there are going to be times when you get sick. I'm not very well myself right now, and we cannot control those. And sometimes the results are not going to come from what you think they're going to come from. So many people believe that weight loss is going to be one line, like a straight line down journey, but that's not what it's going to be. It's probably going to be like more like this and all over the show, to be honest with you. And so in terms of that, it's really important that we keep perspective. Plateaus are going to happen, gains might happen. If you are doing everything, you know, that you can do, your whatever it might be, whatever your plan is, if you're doing everything you can do and you're honest with yourself, and you are, it's really important to keep that perspective when the scales doesn't play ball. And it's going to happen, and it's okay that it happens. You are human. Hormones, needing to do a big poo, not drinking enough water, lack of sleep, stress, can be all different reasons as to why the scale is not reflecting what you believe it should be. However, we cannot control that. All we can continue to control is what we are doing in order to get the results that we want. So keeping perspective and going, okay, I did everything. I know that I am doing what I can do. I didn't get the results I wanted, but I'm going to keep perspective of that. I'm proud of myself for what I'm doing, and I'm going to keep going. That's really important, is just to keep going, keep that perspective and go, okay, this happened. Let's not throw the baby out with the bathwater, because I know that, like, there are many times when I stood on scales and I would have a meltdown. I'd be like, I'm do this anymore. And you know, then you have your little, you know, SHIT fit, and that's okay. That's fine. We all have to have that. We're allowed to have that. We're humans. And then go, okay, let's also, you can use it as an opportunity to learn and see if there's anything that you know, might have happened that might not have helped that situation, and see if there's something that you can do maybe better the week after. It might not necessarily help with motivation, because keeping perspective when something doesn't go well, you don't exactly feel motivated to keep going, but keeping giving yourself that perspective of, you know, I am human, I am not a machine, you know, I cannot guarantee the results. That will help to keep you consistent at least, which will then therefore lead to results, which will therefore lead to motivation. So trust the process, keep perspective, and keep yourself calm. It will happen if you do what you need to do. And the final tip for motivation is a mantra. And this is something that my wonderful friend Becca, who I'm sure some of you know from Instagram, always says. And it's something that really kept me in my mind. And it's a question to pose to yourself. And it's something that did help me to keep motivated, because it's something that I did in every other weight loss journey, and that's why it failed. And the question is, what if this time you didn't quit? And keep that going in your head. And that really helped to keep me motivated. Like, what if I didn't quit? What is that goal that I want? What is that feeling that I want? What is that dress size that I want? What if I didn't stop doing what I'm doing now, and I kept going and I kept taking those actions? Imagine what would happen. How would I feel? What if I didn't quit? What if I achieved my goal? What if I got there and I actually lived the life that I've always wanted? What if I got there and I was the dress size and I felt the most amazing I've ever felt, and confident and outgoing, and felt beautiful and felt healthy and fit and able to run with my children and able to keep up with them and able to walk and able to go and enjoy the outdoors? What if that was the case? What if I didn't quit on myself? It's amazing what we can do when we don't quit on ourselves. It's amazing what we can achieve. So keeping that question posed in your brain, what if I didn't quit? What if I didn't quit? What would happen if I didn't quit this time? It might help to keep you motivated. Guys, this is the end of the video. I really hope you have enjoyed this second part of my motivation series and these 7 tips that help to keep me motivated and or consistent along my weight loss journey. Please make sure you are subscribed down below. Turn on the notifications so you don't miss the next video. And I would love it if you guys left me, well, first of all, I'd love if you guys left me any tips as to how you stayed motivated, or what motivates you on your weight loss journey, or what your goal is, what is you want to achieve. And other than that, please leave me a black and white heart down below in the comments section, and I will be back to you very soon with another video. But I will love you and leave you till then. Please don't forget to subscribe to or follow me on Instagram, follow me on TikTok, subscribe here, and I will talk to you all very soon. Bye guys. You to me are everything, the sweetest song that I can sing. Oh baby, I can't sing today. My throat, oh my little kitty cat. Beautiful. I'm so unwell. I hope that was a bit dark.